Yeah. Just start by saying thank you to the 12th man for tonight in particular. That was an amazing atmosphere. We didn't give them a ton to cheer for, and they stayed on our back all night and almost tried to will us to victory there at the end. And so thank you to everybody who came out tonight, and then thank you for the season. I continue to say that this place is special and this atmosphere is special, and what we need to do is find a way to build a team that matches that, and we're going to continue to work to do that. In terms of the game, defensively, just not good enough in the run game. Way too many rushing yards, didn't win the line of scrimmage, didn't really fit things particularly well, weren't good enough on third down, didn't do the things we needed to do to get off the field, but I thought we showed tremendous heart and fight to continue to battle and gave ourselves a lot of chances in that second half to win with just grit and toughness. And offensively, we lost the line of scrimmage all night. We weren't able to get anything going, really disappointing. And we just didn't play well enough on offense at all to have any chance of having success. And so from there, we'll open it up to questions.
Front left.
Mike, twice you guys called a timeout on 4th and 1 and came back. The play y'all called was Amari with an inside run. What did y'all see that made that the right call?
Yeah,
the right play to call?
So the first one was just a timeout to make sure that we were set from a timing standpoint and we were ready to go in the first half. And I don't think it was necessarily that we saw something. We ran our 4th and 1 play and we felt like we'd be able to get a yard and we didn't. The second one, the ball was on the half-yard line. We kind of went back and forth a little bit between making it a one-score game and letting Kyle Field go crazy, but also knowing that we were on the half-yard line and at some point we were going to have to score a touchdown, and that was probably going to be our best chance to do so. And then so we decided to go for it. And again, obviously the play we called didn't work at all, so it wasn't good enough.
Front right, Travis. Right here, Mike. Thank you.
With the block punt, how much did that feel like that was maybe a momentum switch? And did you think that maybe that was a scoop and score situation, or is that something you teach just to get on the ball?
No, he fell down.
Okay.
Yeah, Dalton fell down. That's 1,000,000% scoop and score. Dalton went to pick it up and his feet went out from underneath him, and so he fell down. Yeah, no, that should have been a touchdown, but he just slipped. I thought we had multiple plays that should have shifted momentum. The pick six, the fumble in the red zone, the block punt. We had our chances to shift momentum. We couldn't make any plays.
Far right.
Mike, you guys were very strong against the run middle of the season. The last 3 conference games, though, there was obvious struggles. Any idea what changed and, what adjustments can be made now going into the postseason?
We got plenty of time to figure out the postseason. In terms of what changed, it's South Carolina was a edge issue, a tackling issue, a crack replace issue on the perimeter, and a lot of explosive plays. Auburn was more of got wore down a little bit as the game went on, and we're trying to do some things to help from a passing standpoint. And I didn't feel like we played the run poorly against Auburn, given what we were trying to do in that game. We didn't play it well. I'm not saying that, but we didn't. And then tonight we got way too many misfits, way too many lack of leverage, way too many just simple execution errors. And they're good. They're talented, and hats off to them because they physically annihilated us.
4th row on the left.
Hey, Coach. I'm curious. Looking at the game, why do you think you kind of struggled to have such consistency on offense? And I guess what do you kind of take forward from this game?
We tried a lot of different things. None of it worked. When you can't win the line of scrimmage and your running back is averaging 1.6 yards a carry, it's going to make it really hard. We had runs against light boxes and we couldn't block the edges. The edges absolutely dominated us tonight. Made it really hard.
Second row on the left, Sam.
Mike, is there anything in the passing game that you guys, could have done differently, or is it simply, do you feel like there's a personnel issue that just needs to be rectified as far as that goes?
No, I don't think it's a personnel issue. I think we got to find ways to throw the ball more consistently and better. We just didn't do it well enough tonight.
Second row on the right.
Mike, what went into the decision to go for it on the first possession and not kick the field goal?
Yeah, I mean, just it was 4th and 1. Felt like at that point, touchdowns were going to matter in this game. Again, I hold to the fact that if we want to be the team that we need to be, like, we have to be able to convert 4th and 1s. That's just, you have to. And obviously we didn't, but we have to. And so when you play a team that's explosive on offense and you get down there, touchdowns matter, and you put yourself in opportunities to have 4th and short, you've got to be able to move the ball forward. And twice inside the 10-yard line, we didn't get it done tonight.
And on that sequence where you guys had 3rd and goal at the 1, back-to-back runs up the middle, was when it hadn't been working all night, was that something you guys just had confidence would eventually work, or what
Yeah, I mean, obviously we called the play to think it would work. In hindsight, there were other things we probably should have considered. We didn't.
Second row
Sorry,
on
I
the-
don't have a great answer for you on that one, Carter.
Second row on the left.
What's just the toughest part of this stretch? You guys losing your last 3 conference games and not being able to close the deal, go to Atlanta.
Losing our last 3 conference games and not being able to close the deal and going to Atlanta. It sucks. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. There's no soft words around it. We had our opportunities and we didn't get it done. And so it's disappointing.
And even though you guys weren't able to accomplish those, where do you feel like this program's come in this year? And do you feel like you guys have made forward strides?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of have we made forward strides, this is a night and day situation from where we were a year ago at this time. Anybody who knows the inside of this program knows that and is confident in the direction this thing's headed. But that doesn't change the fact that we had an opportunity to do something really special this year and we couldn't close on it. And so, that'll haunt me, that'll haunt us, that'll haunt the players. We had chances and we just didn't get it done. And, unfortunately, that's part of football and that's part of life. But doesn't make it any easier and certainly doesn't make it acceptable.
Second row on the right.
What went into the decision to bring back Rueben Owens, and I guess how frustrating was it that, y'all just weren't able to get him going or the running game going?
Yeah, Rueben was available in a limited role. It's probably been 4 weeks now that he's been able to be out there running, 2 weeks that he's been able to be out there practicing. From a conditioning standpoint and all of that, he's not close to 100%, but physically he is, you know what I mean? And so we felt like we had the opportunity to get him out there and get him some snaps. We did it, but we certainly didn't have him in a full role or available to carry the ball a significant amount tonight. He was healthy, he was able to carry the ball, but it was not going to be for a long period of time.
Go back behind the lights on the far right.
Coach, what was your message to the team when you fell behind 14-0? It seemed like y'all were having a lot of near misses leading up to that with, the 4th down stop. You were slipping out, having the run, the touchdown catch. Just seemed like y'all were playing well, even though the score maybe didn't indicate as much.
Yeah, it's I think the irony of it is I think we played better in the first half, and they made a handful of plays that we didn't make or had opportunities to make, and that's where the points came. I felt like we played worse in the second half, but made the plays, got the pick, got the fumble, and so made the plays that stopped the drives. And then they took the air out of the ball in the fourth quarter a little bit, but that was, it just was interesting how it played out like that.
Second row on the left, and then we'll finish up on the 4th row on the right.
Mike, at the line of scrimmage, I know that last play obviously stands out, but how do you feel like you handled their front, and what do you guys have to do better up front to handle an elite defensive line like that?
Yeah, we did terrible. Absolutely terrible. We got physically beat up, and in order to win games in this league, we can't do that. And so there's no sugarcoating it. That's what
Wrap it up, 4th row on the right.
Hey, Coach, having waited so long with this game specifically to play it, even if you didn't come out on top, do you feel like it was a good first iteration of this new Lone Star Classic showdown, as far as kind of making it something to look forward to for the years to come?
No, I don't feel like it was a good iteration of the Lone Star Classic. I think to your point, though, yes, I think it's great that this game is back. I think it's great that these two teams are going to play each other every year. But no, I'm gonna not say it was a great iteration of it being back tonight.